Thanks for reminding me.
All right. So I'm Leslie Pirritano with AMD. My title is Your Best Friend. And my regular gig is to manage everything Oculus. I do some side stuff. So so this picture here, one of the first things I did, I started at AMD just a few days before the last SVVR you had here. So I've been in the tech industry for a long time. I spent 12 years at NVIDIA, and then I came over here last March, and I've been having a blast. And one of the first things I did was rebuild my my rig, so that's what I both game and watch VR stuff on with 3 Fury X's. So I had a blast doing that. AMD supports me in a lot of like the side habits I do, so I just figured I'd share it with you. I have a passion for inclusivity in gaming in VR, and this part will be short, but it's just a side thing that I really enjoy doing, and that's just, my title is Your Best Friend for a reason. I feel like everybody should feel welcome into our industries and our communities. So what, a diverse community where we're inclusive, brings diverse content, which makes our world a lot more enjoyable. So this specific panel was one that I did at TwitchCon about how to build your own PC for streaming in that situation. But I've done other panels and such. Just got back from a White House visit yesterday, so that was fun. And it was because the White House has been interested in making sure that gaming, et cetera, is a inclusive environment. So I mentioned I manage everything Oculus. That's what I came here to do, and I'm having a blast. And so I wanted to kind of give you guys a snippet. We'll play it.
Oh my God! It's good.
So that was just this past weekend. My cousin came over, and I let him play Serious Sam with all these monster creatures coming at him and shooting at him, and so that was his reaction to that. Come back. And that, that's why I do what I do, is because I just love to see the reaction of people who get to experience the content that we help bring to them. So, like I said, the day-to-day stuff is that I work with Oculus, and I've run a lot of projects with them. I've worked with them on a university program, on their Story Studio program, on some of their indie stuff. Some of the bigger projects that I wanted to share with you. I know last time that I was here, we were just talking about bringing low-cost GPUs and expanding, the market for people who can experience VR content. So one of the things I've been doing recently is working with Oculus on asynchronous space warp. So has everybody heard about asynchronous space warp? So asynchronous space warp is a technology that kind of makes up frames that may or may not be missed if a piece of content drops below 90 frames per second, which is the target frame rate. Asynchronous space warp will do some predictive measures and insert some frames so that even if the game is being rendered at 40 frames, the game or the video or whatever is being rendered at 45 frames per second, the experience is at 90 frames per second. So that has allowed some lower end hardware to be used for experiencing virtual reality content. And so when we first announced that we brought low price graphics cards, with the RX 480, we've been able to bring that down even further because of asynchronous space warp. And so our engineers and Oculus engineers work to bring that to our graphics cards. So broadening, I know a lot of you are content creators and developers, just broadening your user base. is what we've been working at there. And what that has also allowed, you know, if you were at Oculus Connect this year, you know, Brendan announced a $499 PC, and so what that is because of the RX 470 and asynchronous space work, we're able to lower the cost of the PC when somebody's purchasing it with a Rift. So that is something that that you'll be able to see in the near future, is that there's a CyberPower PC with the RX 470 and an AMD processor. So that's been fun, you know, working with them, a big project that's coming to fruition. Another fun piece is, has everybody heard of the Assassin's Creed movie that's coming? So we worked with Fox and with some developers and with Oculus to, there we go, to have a VR experience. And this is kind of a preview of the, or like a trailer for the VR experience. It's not showing up on there. All right, well, I guess I won't show this video.
No.
Open your eyes.
Oh, did you see it?
You're all right.
Oh, I see what happened. It did a split screen. All right. Didn't start off with split screen.
You're all right. You're in the ambulance. How's the patient? We're ready. Good. Let's begin. This is going to feel a little strange, but don't worry. I'm right here. Come on! Stop!
I'm losing it. Up the dosage.
Hang on!
Immerse yourself in the world of Assassin's Creed like never before, with an all-new VR experience powered by AMD and Alienware. Download from the Oculus Store today or visit the AMD Facebook page for listings of AMC theaters to experience it live. Go see Assassin's Creed. Only in theaters December 21st.
So that, let me get back to where I was on this. So that was a cool project. So it's actually, there's some location-based stuff in a few theaters. You can go to like the Metreon and experience it. You can also download the 360 videos for VR from, you know, for your Rift or for your VR. So that was a lot of fun to work with Oculus on that. So I also wanted to share with you some of the new stuff. You know, I've only been here, it's 8+ months, right? And I came from a gaming background, including the VR stuff I was working on before. It was all about gaming. And so what I've been able to experience, as you can see with Assassin's Creed, is some more of the cinematic stuff. Some of the things that were surprising to me, or that have been thought-provoking for me, you know, was looking at the developers out there for cinematic content, you know, using gaming engines. You know, because of the pre-visualization that was being done already, where they were kind of helping directors and producers visualize scenes. They were already using the game engine, so that surprised me, but I can see why content like Assassin's Creed is able to come out so quickly now. Some of the other thought-provoking stuff, this should be a little bit easier. I've turned down the volume on these next videos because there's just random people talking over them, but in regular cinematic content, you know, you're looking at things like the director here starts with over-the-shoulder looks, you know, and as the scene goes on, or as the movie goes on, the camera angle changes to give the balance of power from Hannibal over to, what's her name? Jodie Foster, whatever she's playing, yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that. But, you know, so that kind of thing would be a challenge in VR. So, but then when you look at things like, this is Boogie Nights, right? Yeah, let's see if I can, oops, fast forward this or not. So this is like the final scene in Boogie Nights, and he comes in and buys a donut or something like that, and then ultimately somebody comes in and robs the place, right? I don't know if everybody has seen it in the, you know, bullets flare, brains explode, you know, things like that. But this was taken by it's like a composition of 9 different scenes. So kind of thinking of 360 cameras and video, you know, one of the thought-provoking stuff is how much easier capturing this would be. I wish I could fast forward it in this to get to the end, but it's 12 minutes, so I'm not going to keep it going. Another thing, too, would be, you know, have you seen this scene in Game of Thrones? Like, how cool would this be in VR, where you could look through the bodies from every angle, you know, and find yourself out, your way out, and stuff like that. So, you know, the work that I've been doing has pretty much changed my thought on how I'm seeing cinematic content. Other things that I've been learning about is some of the SDKs and tools that we have, and this one kind of sticks out in my mind because, you know, that chicken there is rendered with pro-render, right? So it's not real, but it's rendered. I, as a vegetarian, find it disgustingly real and pretty repulsive. So our tool does a great job there. So, and this is just some of the things that it works with, but, you know, in looking at our tools and stuff, a lot of what I've learned, and I think what makes me feel really good about being here is that we make as much as we can open source. So, you know, if you're looking for SDKs and tools to use, you can just go to gpuopen.com and grab it, or you can write your own blog about your experience. You know, it's very much a collaborative community thing, and to me that's exciting, so hopefully you find that exciting too. And that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you tonight. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. The next person up is going to be Mike to talk about Project Loom. And while he's up here, I just thought I'll close with the raffle. Just a reminder, we I don't know if you heard what the prize is, but we've brought an RX 480 for somebody to win. So make sure you drop in your business cards.